going to have you join and talk to the court-appointed attorney. You're going to hit join.
All right, we are ready to go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Al Hindman, the magistrate. Today's the date and time set for an arraignment with Van Buren Township. This is for a Keith Bernard Thompson. Mr. Thompson is present, correct?
Yes.
Your full name for the record?
Keith Bernard Thompson, third.
Mr. Thompson, you have an attorney present. She's going to put her appearance on the record.
Good morning, Sharon Greer, appearing on behalf of Mr. Thompson. Your Honor, I have gone over 4 charges with Mr. Thompson. It appears that the new charge is a domestic violence, a misdemeanor. I've gone over that with him, the charge and the penalties, as well as 2 assault and battery charges and an interfering with the police officer charge that occurred back in January of 2020. He's been informed of those charges and the penalties. And for all of those statements, I would waive the formal reading of the complaints and warrant and have Mr. Thompson stand mute to those charges.
Mr. Thompson, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf, but for clerical purposes, I got to go through these systematically. The officer that's arraigning Mr. Thompson, your name for the record.
Officer Velasco.
Okay, officer. Are you signing this complaint on information and belief for the case of with an offense date of January 26 this year, location 41601 South Bell Ridge, apartment D736?
Correct.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the information on this misdemeanor complaint for domestic violence is the truth, best knowledge, and belief?
I swear.
And this is against a Keith Bernard Thompson. It's 1 count of domestic violence, assault and battery upon a Areldi Thompson, his spouse, in violation of 750.81. I'm signing the complaint and warrant.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Correct.
We're to the bond portion of this, officer. Any comments on bond?
Can you repeat, Your Honor?
Any comments on bond on Mr. Thompson?
Yes, my department is requesting a bond amount of $5,000, 10%.
And Sharon, you've reviewed this bond request form, correct?
Yes, I have.
Go ahead.
It appears that the outstanding cases against Mr. Thompson from 2020 is part of the basis for the bond recommendation, but it does appear on the Register of Actions for the case that it indicates that the notice to appear was returned, was not able to be delivered. So Mr. Thompson never had a notice to appear in court on those 3 charges. And they all stem from one incident on one particular date. So that's why he has 3 different charges. Your Honor, Mr. Thompson has indicated that he would have no contact with his spouse. He's able to live at a different location, which would be with his parents. He does not have to return to the marital home. He works at GM, General Motors. He's been working there for 8 years, and he's been in jail for 2 days. He needs to report to work. We're asking the court to consider the fact that he did not receive notice on those other cases, and that if he had, I'm sure he would have appeared and addressed those matters. So we're asking for a personal bond. Mr. Thompson has indicated he doesn't have anyone that can post a bond. He would be able to post it, but he doesn't have it on him. We're asking the court to give him an opportunity to report back to his job and not lose his a very good job.
Well, being a person that's worked here for 40 years, this case amazes me, as in the allegation of he did not receive notice, and it's on the ROA. I'm trying to find it. Because with all that said, saying that I'm finding it amazing there's no ROA in this court file, unless I haven't got to it yet. There's no ROA in this court file. Oh no, here it is.
Trying to find the exact one.
Because
What is it? I gotcha. Okay, I found you.
well, on case number 20-0293, that's a interfere with a police officer with an offense date of January 7th of 2020. His case was entered that he lived at 41601 South Belridge. That's also known as Southport Apartments, apartment B736, Van Buren Township. We operate here at the court and have for all the years that I've been here on what's called habitual accuracy of the mail. Whatever is considered to have gotten there if it wasn't returned, and we save a special place in these court files for any returned mail to go on the left side. And in case number 20-0293, there's nothing returned. Case number 20-0294 again shows his address in our system of 41601 South Belridge, apartment B736, Van Buren Township. The ROA, the Register of Action, doesn't reflect anything, and again, there's nothing returned. Every piece of paper through this whole file shows that address. Case number 20-0295. That last case I spoke of with the case number ending in 0294 is an assault and battery case with the alleged offense date of January 7th, 2020. Case number 20-0295 again is an assault and battery case with the alleged offense date of 1/7 of 20, showing that address ending in 601 South Belridge, B736 apartment. Ho ho ho. Nothing returned in the file. And now we're to this today's case, case number 21-0051, with an alleged offense date. It's an allegation of domestic violence with an offense date of 1/26 of 21, showing again that address in the system ending in 601 South Belridge, apartment B736. Going back to these cases just for my information.
Can I point something out to you?
Go ahead.
It's 20-0294. I just located it. It's under the date of March the 9th of 2020. It says notice returned, unable to deliver per the post office.
Well, let me ask your client a question. What is your address?
Like I said, it was 41601 South Belridge. I think the biggest problem was I think I was in rehab. So like I said, if you guys gave me a court date, it was not there inside my what you call it, my mailbox. But I was in rehab until like it was like 120 something to like February like 14th. So I had no dates on anything. So I don't know if I missed anything or not.
Well,
No one,
if one out of, and I'm not going to include today's case, Sharon, he didn't get it, but the other ones he did. The bottom line we have is attention now. And you know all about bond. Bond's not a penalty. Bonds to A, he shows up in court. B, the safety of the public. And I know these are just allegations today, but this is like a stormy background when it comes to bond.
They're gonna send you a payment plan, it's for both of them. They're gonna send you a payment plan then on top of that, okay? You're welcome, have a great day. Mr. Matar, next is Ali Alashami.
I find their bond kind of low myself, with everything that's going on here.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, let's start out with Mr. Thompson paying serious close attention to detail on everything that I'm about to say. You cannot return to, be in or around or near 41601 South Service Drive. That's apartment D736. You know, is that your apartment number?
B736, yes.
You cannot return to, be in, around, or near there. Officer that's arraigning Mr. Thompson, I have it in my paperwork, unless you're going to tell me different. Where does the complainant victim live?
Can you hear me? Oh, sorry about that.
She
Same
lives there,
address.
Your Honor.
She was there.
I have.
She
It's
lives
there.
there, correct?
Correct.
And your attorney said in her appearance that you can find an alternate place to live.
Yeah.
All right, Can I give you 60 days? All right, pay it within 60 days. And I'm dismissing your case and you're all set. All right, just make sure you pay it. You got either pay it live at the court, mail it in, or go on the website and pay it there, okay?
No contact with the complainant victim in this case.
You are not.
That's spelling of the name is Areileidi, Thompson.
Okay.
No third party contact. You can't send a message to a family member or friend. No cell phone, text messaging, and again, no social media contact. You understand that, Mr. Thompson?
Yeah.
Mr. Davor, can you hear me?
Contact information. Sharon, did you get some from him, or should I do that now?
Davor, you gotta go.
I did not get that. He said he was going to his parents.
We do have an
Mr.
email
Thompson,
and a
what
phone
is your
number.
cell number?
734-625-8740.
You gotta unmute yourself, Mr. Davor.
What's the address that you'll be going to?
24726 Summer Lane, Flat Rock, Michigan, 48134.
Summer Lane,
Yes.
Flat Rock.
Yes.
What's the zip code there?
48134.
What is your email address?
Uh,
Very slowly.
Keith, Keith, B as in boy, T as in toy, 430888 at Gmail.
You can, well, there'll be a court officer at the door that'll take your payment from you, yeah.
Again, you can't return to 41601 South Service Drive D736. No contact with the complainant victim. I'm gonna reluctantly, your bond is gonna be $5,000, 10% with those conditions. They're gonna let you make some phone calls. Officer, the case number on that file is 21-0051. The pretrial date for that case is going to be March 24th, 2021, 11:50 a.m. with Judge Green by Zoom. That's on case number 21-0051. That's with the state prosecutor. On your other files, I'll only because your attorney did a good job, I'm gonna make that a $5,000 personal bond, but you got to post money on the state domestic violence. Officer